So we had a great month. You guys were on fire. Crazy, crazy month. A lot of activity. It was awesome. Haven't seen that in years. It's been many, many years since we've seen anything like this. Lots of great stories with the product. Just been absolutely amazing. And I want to recognize those of you that are doing the work, those of you that are really pushing hard. I'm sure you all are, you really, but there are those that have hit the first level of 1 star and 2 star. There's Sam. Come on in, Sam. Okay. So I wanted to do a little recognition, and I want the leaders who've hit the 1 star and 2 star level just to share a little bit with others in the group. Maybe give out a few pointers, a few tips, maybe share a little bit of what you did to get to that level, to get to the 1 star level, or to get to the 2 star level. So first, hold on a second. Let me let Sean in. There comes Sean. Okay. All right. So first up is Sherman and Londi Unkefer. Sherman hit the level of 2 star. Woohoo! Awesome. Fantastic job. Incredible job. 2 star is, I believe, 20,000 in volume.
10,000.
10,000 in volume. $100 product order, and it allows Sherman and Londi to earn on 6 levels. So Sherman, could you please share a little bit with the people and give them a little encouragement, please?
Sure. Well, we've been involved now just 1 month since we got started. Hernan is our sponsor, and I heard from him just about 4 weeks ago. We made a trip up to Murray, Utah, or Salt Lake as it's called, I guess. And we had the opportunity to have dinner with Steve Scott. And after we talked for a total of about 5 hours. And 3 hours of that was talking about his Christian books and Christianity and his faith in Christ and so forth. Rather unusual conversation for an owner of a network marketing company. But we finally talked for about 2 hours about the business. And anyhow, it was very, very interesting. I picked up 3 of his books. One is called The Greatest Words Ever Spoken, red letter version of Christ Quotes from the Bible, and then Jesus Speaks, another one, and then the Joseph Principles. So it's obvious to see what's important in his life. And 5 of his books are New York Times bestsellers, and he could probably make a very good living just selling books, I guess. But in any case, we had that conversation. Hernan had shared with me his testimonial, and I thought, wow, if I could see anything like that, we'd be off to the races here. And it turns out that following COVID, I had about 1.5 years ago, my legs were a little bit weak, and they were getting worse as time went on. And so I picked up a bottle when I was there, started swishing that night. And I'd say about 3 days later, it seemed like I was about 98% stronger in my legs than I was previously. When I walk up the front entrance to our house, there's 3 sets of stairs. And typically I would have to hold the banister 1 step at a time and so on. Now I can walk up holding 2 bags of groceries and not touching the banister at all. So that's a very significant improvement. And then when I had I heard this from Hernan, and I guess I kind of picked it up from there. But I was watching TV with my wife late at night, and typically I would say to her, "Would you turn the volume up?" Now, my wife's 25 years younger than me, so we're kind of from different generations, so to speak. And then she would turn it up, and then I'd say, "Could you turn it up some more?" And then, so night before last, we were watching, and I didn't say a thing. I could hear it comfortably at the same level my wife could hear it. And so I guess that's some significant improvement. So those two things are really important. And so I ordered a $100 welcome package. 2 days later, I ordered another $100 welcome package. And about 3 days later, I ordered, or maybe it was 4 days later, I ordered a $500 welcome package. So I did all of that in about 2 weeks or less. And so that's a little bit about my testimonial that got my attention. And I mentioned to Hernan that in the 35 years we've been involved in network marketing, most of that time was with nutritional companies. And we've sold literally billions of dollars worth of nutritional products. In one company in 10 years, we did about $1.2 billion in sales from just our group and our pay line. And so to be a crown, you only have to be at 500,000 of volume. And our volume in that company, the company was Zango, was $12.5 million per month. And so that's like 20 times greater than it required to be a crown. So I think that's kind of a foregone conclusion that we'll achieve that level very quickly. And since we've been involved in the industry 35 years now, our income generated from network marketing has been $30 million. Now, that sounds like a lot, but there's other people that have done better, certainly than we have done. So it's nothing to particularly brag about, but it tells me what I think is possible here. In our first month with Zango, we earned $63. And in the second month, it went to $160. In the third month, it was $360. So it was kind of a slow, tedious grind, so to speak. And it wasn't until the 12th month that our income was $12,000. Now, we were certainly burning cash all during that time because I was traveling, I was speaking, and our expenditures were a lot more than our income was. But anyhow, over time, we got to $2.5 million per month. And in 10 years, we had $18 million of income with that company. But total income in our career has been $30 million. So I think the possibilities here are infinitely greater. The comp plan is more impressive. The front end of it, of course, the 25%, that's very attractive. And then the 3x3x3, 3, 9, 27, 39 people at $100 each. That's $3,900 each. That's going to pay out a $1,771 ongoing commission going forward. So that's just simply mind-boggling. 43% payout on that 3x3x3. And of course, that's going to create momentum. And we do have a dynamically compressed comp plan. And so in many cases, I think we'll get paid down maybe 99 levels or something like that. And it appears to be a true dynamically compressed comp plan. In our other system, it was not. They said that it was, but they would say, well, there might be litigation with this person. We're holding up their check and we really can't compress that and blah, blah, blah. So there was that issue as well. So I'm really impressed with the design of the comp plan. I also like the fact that we have customer service. You know, these days, you can't get anybody on the phone. You've got to send in a request and hope that they'll get back to you someday. But in in this particular case, we somebody answers the phone. You know, I can
Yeah,
sponsor
that's
people
good.
that way. I can solve the problem that I'm calling about, or what have you. So I'm really impressed with that. And anyhow, all things considered, I think we have an opportunity. I did a progression, by the way, a 6x6 progression down to the 7th level. And at the 6th level, you're getting paid 7% all the way down. And that comes up to like 2,350,000, I think it was. And then on the 7th level, you're getting 8%, and that's an additional 13 million, you know,
Dang.
on the 7th level. So the potential is like $15 million. And that's not counting the global bonus. And that appears to be very generous. So I don't know, you know, can we surpass what we did at Zango? We were far and away the top income earner there, but this looks extraordinarily generous. So what do you think, Hernan?
Yeah,
All right.
there's no doubt in my mind that we're all going to be crowns. There's no
Yeah.
doubt in my mind. We'll all be crowns.
Yeah.
It's this is the this comp plan, the way the whole thing's designed, the company, everything.
Yeah.
Sherman, can you share with everybody real quick what specific things you're doing? Like
Right.
what did you do to get to a 2-star? What activities were you doing?
Right. Well, basically, I'm kind of an old school sort of guy, belly to belly, face to face, ear to ear, screen to screen, as it were. So the industry has somewhat changed. In the Zango business, I used to travel 250,000 miles a year, you know, and but I had plenty of cash flow by that time to cover those expenses. But with what we're doing here, the key for me seems to be sharing the Steve Scott 27-minute video. People hear that. I get them on a live call. I mean, I typically call them first. I don't send anybody anything until I've had a conversation with them, because it's easy just to say, well, I've heard that before, blah, 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 and just pass it off. So I call them, share my testimonial, and most will say, wow, I'd like to try that product. And so then I share with them the Steve Scott video. I get them on one of the 5 weekly call or the 5 daily calls, and let them hear Steve Scott live. And usually that brings them in. And so I've had one gentleman who's a veterinarian that I've known for 40 years, I think. And he knew all about glutathione, and he responded just immediately. He said, wow, glutathione, nano size. Wow, I want that, you know? And so he came in a few days later with $1,000 welcome pack and $250 a month on auto ship. And I think he's going to make a ton of this product, and he'll probably, you know, enter into the bulk purchases for his retail consumers and so on. So,
Fantastic.
so that, you know, that's what we're doing. Nothing special.
That's amazing.
Yeah, just getting people on the call, sharing the story. And again, this business is about relationships. And I have a lot of people that I've met over the years, and I haven't made a dent in my list yet, you know.
Yeah.
So I think a lot more is going to happen. And as I mentioned to Hernan, in the 35 years we've been in this business, I've never taken a nutritional product that I noticed any effect. Now I went 10 years without getting a cold at Zango. I guess you could say that was something to stand out, you know.
Yeah.
But I travel around the world in all kinds of different climates, and Sweden, very cold, Malaysia, very warm, blah, 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 everything in between. So I think we can do a phenomenal international business. I've got to get a better handle on how many countries we're actually open in. That's a little bit sketchy for me right now, but I think that we'll do a large amount of business in these other countries. And for people that have backgrounds that understand what glutathione is, I was using that, by the way, 20 years ago with a company called Immunotech out of Montreal. And it was a whey protein, powder protein, that I would mix cranberry with it. And it tasted good, but no visible results at all. And that's because the glutathione molecule is very fragile. And as it goes through the gut, 92% is destroyed. So this nanotechnology, proprietary technology that allows us to avoid the gut and it'd be, swishing it in the mouth, it starts getting into the body within 20 seconds or into the bloodstream. And in 70 seconds, according to Steve, quoting some PhD, it's in every cell in the body. So the results are pretty quick and pretty rapid. And when you hear the testimonials like Bill Gillespie at the age of 62, breaking the bench press record, world record at the age of 62.
Yeah, that's amazing.
1,129.6 pounds. It's astounding. I mean, it sounds like science fiction.
Yeah.
But
my son said, "Dad, that's impossible. Nobody can do that."
you know what my bench press was? And I was kind of proud of it. I did 305.
That's a lot.
and that was nothing compared to Gillespie.
Yeah, that's a lot. Remember, I want to move on and get to the others. But remember, when we were at corporate, we were all standing in the manufacturing facility, and they have a giant industrial scale where they weigh the vats of product before they send it off to the bottler. And how many of us were standing there in that room? And Steve said, "Hey, why don't all of you jump on the scale and let's see how much weight that equals, and that'll give us an idea of what Bill is able to do." And we all stood on the scale, and I think it came to like 800 pounds or something. And Bill could lift us all plus a couple more people. It was unbelievable.
Well, it's like a superhuman achievement. They say that perhaps that record will never be broken. So I don't know, but how you could do that at 62, it's kind of inspired me to maybe get back in the gym a little bit, 'cause I'm 78. I don't think I'll break any world records, but it might be interesting to see what it does. Yeah.
That's interesting because the product has me feeling so good that I want to go back to the gym too. That's interesting.
Yeah. Positive attitude, my mental attitude is better. I feel more energetic. And, I've been taking it for a month now. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, thank you, Sherman. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for sharing. I want to introduce a new 3-star who happens to be my sponsor. And she didn't beat around the bush when she called me. She called me and she said, "Hey, Hernan, have you heard about that new glutathione? It's nano size and it goes in under your tongue, right into your blood." That's all she had to say to me. And I said, "I want it." That's how so it's not complicated, guys, but I want everybody to congratulate Bobby Donaldson on becoming a brand new 3-star.
All right. Congratulations.
Wow. Awesome. Good
Thank
job.
you. I wanted to say, first of all, thank you so much for everyone on this call and all of your teams. They took us this month to over 57,000 this month. Our second month, last month, our first month was just about 30,000. And it's just been phenomenal. I was so fortunate to have Sherman in my upline and Hernan both in a couple of the other businesses I've been in. And now I'm truly blessed by being Hernan's sponsor and having Sherman under Hernan. Sherman had been to my home a couple of times doing some hotel meetings for me in Zango. And I think we're all in agreement that of all of the nutritional companies we've been in, this one, everybody at corporate is awesome. I love I always wanted to have believability in the owners of the company. I wanted to have an excellent product, and I wanted to have a great compensation plan. And this one hits the top mark and awesome in all of those levels. And just helping so many people, and I'm sure, as you know too, all of you helping your people sponsor people. And I'm like Sherman, talking person to person. I'm old school. I'm 74. And thanks to the new me, I'm getting not as glowing as Hernan, but I'm working on that. And but just helping everybody get their 3 and them get their 3. By doing that, the first month I had a lot of people getting the $250 bonus and the $50 bonus. And this month now, by doing that, I was fortunate enough to get the $1,500 bonus. And it's just amazing hearing the testimonies. The day that I got my product on February 9th, it was in my mailbox the night that I got home after my husband had a 4-hour heart surgery and 2 other emergency surgeries that same day. So needless to say, I was so anxious to get him on the product. He also had a lot of skin cancer. They were going to do an overall treatment. And so I've been spraying. I actually have a picture of just 1 week after spraying his skin cancer, the results. And then the cardiologist obviously wanted him to start walking about a week later. So we have a fitness place in our house. So he started walking on the treadmill, but I had him swish in the morning like we always do. And then before he got on the treadmill, I had him swish again. And what it's done for me, I've been pretty healthy, but this last winter I re-injured my rotator cuff, and so it was really hard. I wouldn't have been able to get this sweater on without Swish because I couldn't get my winter sweaters on over my head because of my rotator cuff, and now I can do this. And so the second day of swishing, I put on my favorite winter sweater. And so there's so many people that don't realize how, I had a call yesterday of 2 ladies that have their own business, they're go-getters, but they're battling with autoimmune diseases. And they said last night, and one of them, her husband has Parkinson's. And that night they had slept like 6 or 7 hours straight and not as much pain the next day. And, just getting a good night's sleep for so many people is just worth all the gold and china, And so anyway,
Bobby, could I ask you a question?
Sure.
Have you noticed, typically I don't dream much, but over the last 2 weeks, I'm having rather detailed and vivid dreams. And I don't know whether that's a result of the product or not. What do you think?
I'm hearing that from so many people, and even my husband. I don't remember him ever saying he had a dream, and other than maybe when we got married, I don't know. But it was he's having very vivid dreams too. And so when you hear it from so many people, and I've always heard that when you have those deep dreams, that's when you're in REM sleep, and that's when your body does the most healing.
Yeah.
So it's just been so much fun. I've heard people, there've been so many people, and I know Hernan would say the same thing, that we come across, and just ourselves finding after several years of so much stress on so many people, either they've had COVID or they're struggling with the politics in our world and all of the things going on, their emotions, their sense of well-being has been so improved by this. And that's just phenomenal. I've never had so many people with testimonies. I've said if I didn't feel anything, I would definitely still taking it after seeing all of the research that glutathione does for our body. So thank you all so much for being a part of this team. And I want to see you all as crowns or whatever position you want to be at, and, helping people and getting the good results that all we are getting now.
Good.
Awesome. Thank you, Bobby, for sharing. Fantastic. And thanks for being on the Zoom and sharing your experience. That means a lot. Thank you so much. And thank you for calling me. Jeez, imagine if you hadn't called me. Crazy.
I'm thinking the same thing.
So next up, I want to introduce Sean Fields. Sean and Chandra Fields. Sean and I have been working together on different projects over the past couple of years, and when I came across this, he was the first person I called. And so Sean, congratulations. Sean just hit 1 star, everyone. Congratulations, Sean. Good job. Awesome.
Hernan,
Yeah.
I just thankful for the call. Thankful for being in the presence of these legends, the stories that we just heard, and how I follow that. As Hernan said, we met on basically online with a couple of mutual businesses, and actually have never shaken Hernan's hand. We've just been Zoom friends for about 3 years now, with 2 or 3 different financial products, some crypto stuff and different things. And in the middle of COVID things were happening and people were struggling with different things. And Hernan started researching glutathione and was looking at products and just to take to boost immunity. And when he called, and we had a couple of conversations, and when he called me about this, he said he had found it. And I said, okay. So I watched a couple of videos and I ordered the $1,000 pack, and I haven't taken off as I should have. I've got some things going on, but we went 1 star, and I'm excited to be here and listen to Sherman talk and all the places you guys have been with nutritional products. I've been around the space a couple times with some different things, but none of the success or not nearly the success that you guys are talking about. But I believe that it's here. We always talk about these products or these companies being about timing, and with the fact that we have what's going on in our world and the things that you guys have alluded to, the immunity, the understanding what glutathione is. I mean, I'd never heard the word until a couple months ago, and it's been mentioned that there's thousands of medical research on this product and what it can do, what it does inside our cells. Timing of where we are in this world, I think we've got a fantastic opportunity. I'm glad to be here. Look forward to working with you guys and meeting more of you. One little note that I will say, we've all been around this company, or not this company, but this networking space for a while. There's a guy on this call here that is not in my downline that was on my list. So don't wait. Don't wait.
Who is it? Who was on your list that's in this Zoom?
Keith and I crossed paths about a couple of years ago in something. And well, I've never met him either, but he was on my list. I was in his downline down in depth in something a couple, 3 or 4 years ago, and I hadn't called him yet. So anyway, don't wait.
So there you go, guys. If you don't talk to them, somebody else will.
Yeah, Keith didn't know Hernan until this, but
yeah.
I had him on my list. So anyway.
That's amazing. Well, thank you for sharing, Sean. I'm so grateful to have you on the team and a part of this amazing journey that we're on. And you're somebody else, who I expect will move through the ranks and reach the crown level. So awesome. Good job. Congratulations on becoming 1K. Next up, we have, yeah, 1 star.
It's a lot better than 1K, Hernan.
Yeah, it's a lot better. That's funny. Oh my God, that's so funny. So next up, we've got Keith and Jamie Chasson. Keith, congratulations on becoming 1K. I think you did it in your first month, didn't you? Oh, 1 star. 1 star. 1 star.
Well, if you can find a 5K, we're going to talk to you later.
I think you did it in 1 month, didn't you?
1 month. Well, we got started on the 16th, the day before Easter, and I think
No, not even a month.
I think
2
a week
weeks.
later, we actually hit the 5,000 mark.
Wow, congratulations, man. Awesome, good job.
And
That's
yeah,
incredible.
Sean would have definitely been one on my list if I wouldn't have saw him when I first got started. I was like, oh, well, there goes that one. Sean's going to do big things. I'm excited he's on board. This is a great opportunity for everybody. And I want to just kind of echo the remark he did. I feel so blessed to be in the same area with legends in the industry. You know, even our sponsor achieved some really high levels in a previous company. And that's how we got to actually knew they even existed. She was an emerald, and anybody who reaches the rank of emerald in Amway, I think they got a special fabric that they're built out of.
Yep.
Wow.
We achieved some success, and let me just say this: we've been in the industry since 1989. It's just a couple of days ago we got started, right? And so I fell in love with the industry back in those days, and my passion turned quickly into health and wellness. When my mom got sick a while back, I did a lot of research, so I knew about glutathione from decades ago. This was in the early 2000s, and so I'd always said that. Because I tried some of the pill glutathione and I didn't really get the benefit that I thought I could or should. And I always did say that if somebody would come out with a way, aside from an IV trans, because I knew that was always available, that's IV 100% bioavailable, right? Because of the cost associated with something like that, most people can't afford to go and get IV glutathione, not as often as you would need to, right? And so I always said that if somebody would develop a way or a method to bypass the gut, because I knew how fragile those molecules were, if somebody could bypass the gut and go right into the bloodstream sublingually would have been my choice of words, then to me it would be a product that can revolutionize the health of everybody worldwide. And that's something that excites me, is that we can impact so many lives. And if I was to say one thing that can help anybody who's watching this live or watching a replay or whatever, to put, if you're looking to build a business, the one thing to me that really makes it go is enthusiasm. If you're excited about what you're doing, people are going to feel it in your voice and your words, everything that you do. Because look, my wife was excited about another product that she really wanted me to help her promote, and I'll do anything I can for my bride. She's standing right here. She's staring at me.
Hi, Jamie.
Hey.
I do anything I can to make my bride happy, and I as much as I wanted to be excited about the other product, I really couldn't just get fired up. This I'm excited about. And if you can't tell yet that I'm excited, I'm excited. Look, I told Hernan, I was really sad that we didn't reach enough people that we hit that 10,000 in 2 weeks. And what'd you say? Are you kidding? So look, we're looking to help as many people as we can just feel better, because if you feel better, you do better. And when you do better, just everything is just awesome, you know. So that's that would be my thing. If I can attribute what we've accomplished so far, it's not us. It's really the foundation that Stephen Scott has laid with this product. The compensation plan, his story. I really rely a lot on his story. I mean, I didn't even know that he wrote that book, The Greatest Man That Ever Lived. I didn't know he wrote that till I was watching some posts in a Facebook group about the meeting in Atlanta, Georgia that he just did. People were getting their books signed. I'm like, wait, I got that book on my shelf. And so I went and dig it out and I got it. And it just blew my mind that in his story, when he talked about the book of Proverbs really being a catalyst for helping things change in his life, I didn't realize that, you know, that same book that I read that made a big difference in my life was the one that he wrote. So,
Wow.
you know, who knew years ago the book that I read, that I would be one day partnered with the author of that book, and we were going to change the world from a health standpoint with this nano-sized glutathione. I'm excited.
That's amazing.
Everybody should get excited.
That's amazing. So how do you feel about the product?
Look, let me just tell you my quick testimonial, okay? So about a year ago, Jamie and I were living in Cocoa Beach, Florida. I still currently manage a vacation rental business where we manage about 70 different vacation rental properties on the Space Coast. We had moved there for a little while, and while I was there, I was, being the man I am, my wife is kind of coming up there to help me. I figured I would show off and carry this big old Wayfair mattress on my shoulder, and the weight shifted. And when it did, I felt everything in my shoulder just rip. It just felt like it. I heard it, and I felt it. I was like, oh, that's not good. And even though the mattress wanted to fall off, I held it up there. So by the time we were done, long story short, guys and gals, I went through days of pain at first. I was getting up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning in so much pain I couldn't sleep. I would walk, I would rub this lotion on this potion. I even looked like my grandkids' little sticker book. I had stickers all over my shoulder with these energy things that were supposed to make it better. And look, I just wanted relief, and anything I could, everything I could. I went to chiropractor, went to a massage therapist. That's what we call them in South Louisiana. It's a massage therapist. They're not therapists, they're therapists. So I went and see one of those, and they did their little deal. It kind of helped a little bit, but it didn't get rid of it. I found myself taking 1,000 milligrams of ibuprofen almost daily for a while, just so I could sleep at night. Weeks turned into months and months. Next thing you know, we're back here in Louisiana because that big hurricane that hit down here in August of last year. And I'm still waking up with pain. I'm trying all kinds of, you can imagine, I'm trying to make this go away. And so every morning I get up, I got a routine. I would stretch this way, I would stretch this way, I would move my head left, right, up, down, back, all over, just get loose, get up out of bed and start my day. And wound up every other day, I'd probably have to go to the cabinet, Jamie will tell you, get some ibuprofen to get rid of the pain, just to get it to make it manageable for me. This part of my story tears me up. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I don't ever say this part, but there's days I'd have cut my arm off if I could have, just to stop the pain.
Wow.
So we signed up on Saturday. I'm like anxious for the stuff to come in, right? Because I know it's going to make a big difference. I know it's going to be huge. And it takes forever. And we finally got it in 3 days after I ordered it. It comes in. Jamie and I both hit a serving, 2 teaspoons, and I'm an overachiever. So a couple hours later, I hit another one, and we go to dinner. A little bit later that night, I'm doing a Facebook Live. I like to do this little daily devotional deal, and so I'm doing my devotional. I'm showing people about the nano glutathione, and I hit another dose. So I got four teaspoons in the first day, within really like 4 or 5 hours. I went to bed that night and I woke up in the morning and I didn't feel as much discomfort. I felt better. I still had some pain. It was like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being cut the arm off, 1 being barely noticeable. It was probably a 1.5, 2. And so I did the same routine on Thursday. 2 teaspoons. A little bit later, around dinner time, did one. A little bit later, doing my devotional, I did another one. I get up Friday morning, and I had no pain.
Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing. Holy smokes.
I haven't been back to the ibuprofen since last week, since last Wednesday, the day we got the stuff. I took some in the morning. And I haven't been back since. So
that's amazing. And that's saving your gut too. That's
Oh,
crazy.
that's why I went so long without taking it, because I knew the damage, the potential damage it can do. I mean,
Wow.
I'm pretty familiar with the COX-2 enzyme and how that blocks it and just causes havoc with not just your stomach, but also that enzyme is cardioprotective. So if you're killing that COX-2 or shutting it down, then it can lead to some heart problems if you continue taking too much of it. So anyway, that's my testimony, and I'm pretty sure that I don't think there's a living soul on this planet that cannot benefit from this product.
Absolutely. If the worst case scenario, protection from a virus is, even if, I mean, just that alone right there, everybody should be taking this product.
Look, it protects
Everybody.
your T cells, and that's the
Yeah.
killer cells. It
Yeah.
helps them perform at their highest possible level. So, I mean,
Yeah.
anything you could do to jack up your immune system, just glutathione's as God's gift to humanity. Of course, without it, you can't breathe, right?
Right, right. Well, thank you for sharing, Keith.
Hey, thanks. Look, thanks for having me. Thanks for allowing
Yeah.
me to spend some time,
Yeah.
and thanks for letting me be part of this awesome panel and be surrounded by all you awesome folks.
Awesome, awesome. All right. That's a crown, Keith and Jamie Chasson. I'm gonna start calling you Crown.
I receive it.
Thank you so much. So next
Where,
up,
where are you guys from in Louisiana?
Little town called Houma. Used to be the oil
yeah.
capital of the world. We're about 54 miles southwest of New Orleans.
You speak French?
Not the good words.
Okay.
I know things like "allons" means come on, and "fâché" means I'm a little upset. I know those, and I know a lot of bad words we're not going to talk about. You see, my elders, when they didn't want us to know what they were saying, they spoke French and didn't teach us, which is very sad. They should have passed that on, because I would love to have learned.
They came from Nova Scotia?
They sure did, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep, with the Acadians. Yep.
Yep. Interesting.
Yes.
Awesome.
I'd love
I
to
love
chat.
it.
Sound like you know a little bit about the history. I'd love to chat with you.
Yeah. I've run into a lot of French speakers in Lafayette and other places there.
Nice. Yep. Just down the street.
Mhm. Right.
That's great. Love it. All right. So our next one star that we want to recognize is Missy. And when I look at the back office, it's Miss Missy.
Yeah, kind of my nickname.
So Missy, again, congratulations. You had 1 star in 1 month, correct? 1 month?
Yeah, well, 2 weeks. Man, Keith beat me to 1 star too. So yeah,
Oh, wow. So even
Yeah, 'cause we-
shorter.
we've only, I got in on the 15th and Keith got in on the 16th. And yeah,
What in the world lit you on fire? What happened? I mean, that's amazing to run to 1 star that quickly.
well, I hate to say this for poor Sean's sake, but I guess I'll say that Keith and Jamie lit me on fire. How's that? It's kind of hard not to get lit on fire when you got a stud like Keith in your team.
Yeah, well, congratulations on hitting 1K. Fantastic
Thank you.
job.
Oh, 1 star.
Awesome, awesome. Another crown in the making for sure.
Yeah.
Can you share with the people on this Zoom what are some of the things that you do during the day to get to where you've gotten so quickly?
Well, I don't think I really want to tell you what I do. I do because it's still been extremely sporadic for me. But I tell you what, I've just been digging. Well, and I'll tell you too. I had a decent sized Facebook account maybe 4 or 5 accounts ago, and I've lost numerous accounts, which means I've lost all my Facebook friends too. And I was never one to like keep track of that. And through the years, I had met a lot of really cool people. And so I just, kind of lost contact with all these really cool people. And I went without Facebook for a while. and I think it was the end of January, I'm like, I got to get back in there. I just really like using Messenger. And so I got another account, and I've just been gradually picking away at people, finding people here and there. And as I remember somebody, I'll go, look for them and friend them. So I really don't have a great, a great contact list anymore. But I've just been kind of poking through and just thinking of some of those key people that I know are either passionate about, well, I don't know. Sometimes you wonder, is anybody really passionate about network marketing, or are they just passionate about maybe building communities and having a strong community and that camaraderie? So I guess that's the thing, is I focus on people that I know that actually appreciate community, and that still have a little bit of that passion in them, like say Jamie and Keith, for example, and some of the people that they're bringing on. They're people that still have that dream, and they're not giving up on what this business model can do for them. And I think a lot of us now have kind of turned into MLM junkies, even though we all kind of cut our teeth back in something solid and spent years there. But through the years, things start changing, and we all have to take a different direction. And then now we've kind of been searching for that perfect business, and we think we find it, and then we find out it's not. So next thing you know, we're like, you feel like an MLM groupie, and I thought I would never be one of those people. But so yeah, I mean, I've been focusing on those people that I know that still, have a dream, we'll say, go back to that old saying. And then I've been kind of focusing on my friends that I know that truly have a health issue. And to be honest with you, that's the people that I've been focusing on more, is like, wow, like we finally have that product that we always wanted, whether we even knew that that's what we wanted to build a business around or not. But it's like back from my original, business building experience there, our team had a motto, and it was have fun, make money, and make a difference. And we had a ton of fun. I tell you what, more fun than a person, deserves to have. But that came with a price. And, we made a lot of money, but most of our team didn't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And we knew we were making a difference, and we did early on. I think we made a huge difference. We changed a lot of people's lives in a lot of positive ways, but it wasn't financially for most of them. But eventually that difference that we made in their lives gets old, because the financial part isn't catching up to the difference that, their personal growth journey and that type of thing. But that's one of those things that I guess I've still always held really tight to, is that make a difference part. And I struggle with, some of the other businesses that I've seen in the past. And, I'm like, yeah, the product sounds great, but it's really not my kind of thing. And, I may try it, and I'm like, I didn't notice anything. And I just look at that make a difference factor. And it's like, is this really that wow product that I feel like I can seriously make a difference? And they haven't really done that. And so, with this, I'm like, holy smokes, like, I don't even care if they build a business. I don't care if they get in as a distributor or member, whatever you want to call them. I just want them to try the dang product. So
Yeah.
that's really where I think I was really starting to focus, was more so, a couple people, random people that were past networkers, but I was really focusing on people that I just knew had an issue. And it's like, hey, I've got something you've got to try. And so that's kind of been my main focus, is
So
leading
what-
with that.
So that's,
And
so you call them and you tell them you've got something that you really want them to try. And then
yeah,
what do? Do you put them on a Zoom with Steve during the day so they can hear him, or what do you do?
to be honest, I haven't really put anybody on a Zoom with anybody. I've not done a single three-way.
So
I think maybe one person might have got on the afternoon call, you know, but a lot of people are working during the day and that type of thing too.
So
But really,
you just call them and tell them, hey, this stuff's fantastic. You have to
yeah,
get it.
yeah. And I send them the 17-minute video,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
and I kind of, you know, I'm a little bit more well-versed with this type of product, so I can explain it a little bit better than some people can. But, you know, Stephen does a great job, obviously, explaining it, you know, but sometimes with the right person, I'll lead up to it a little bit, you know, so they know what they're, you know, coming up against, and try and kind of pave the way a little bit. But not everybody. A lot of people, I'm just like, you really need to take a look at this product. I honestly think this is something that is going to help with your this, your that, your whatever, and you need to take a serious look at it. And
So
I know a lot of, yeah.
I was gonna say, she kind of backdoored us, just real quick. We were sitting, Saturday I was sitting in my recliner, Jamie's in hers, and she sends Jamie a message about some skincare stuff. And so she starts sending her videos, and Jamie's playing the videos, and then I hear the word glutathione. I'm like, wait, what? You want to play that over? And so then I started watching all the Swish videos on glutathione. Before she was finished with the videos, I had my debit card and I was already enrolling and bought the $300 package.
Yeah.
So she's sneaky. Missy is
She
sneaky.
was
But
very sneaky.
actually, really though, I mean, this is a perfect example though, because, you know, to be honest, I knew they had another gig going on. And all I saw, and it was so funny because I only sent Jamie a friend request a couple days before. She just kind of came across as somebody I may know. And I'm like, oh, shoot, I guess I'm not friends with Jamie. So I sent her a friend request, and, you know, then we're friends again. And she might have commented on something, whatever, you know, and so kind of fresh in the mind. And then it was whatever that Friday, I guess it was maybe the afternoon thing there. Or no, it was Saturday. There was some special Saturday call.
100% Saturday.
And I told her, I'm not interested.
Right, but it was so funny
But
because I'm
outside that
listening.
skincare, I like them pictures.
Yeah,
Outside the
and that
skincare.
was yeah, and it was like all I knew.
Oh, she dropped the phone.
Yeah, her phone's been giving her trouble, she said.
Hold on, she's gonna come back.
I saw her. It looked like she was running. I thought maybe somebody was chasing her.
Your mic is still on. Oh, all right. Well, maybe she'll come back before we finish up. There's one other person that hit 1 star, and that's Dave Bradbury. And for some reason, he's not on. I don't know. Something probably happened, but congratulations, Dave. That's awesome, man. Dave is somebody else who will be running to Crown. Dave does a daily Zoom with his team every morning at 8 o'clock. His team is the New Me Dream Team, but it's spelled correctly, NEWME. Yeah, New Me Dream Team. And he's built them websites to support them, and he has the chat set up and everything, and they do the Zoom every day. And he just encourages everybody to have a great day and share the product with people. So fantastic. And here's the thing that's really exciting about this. So right now there's 6 of us here that are stars, Bobby 3 and so on and so forth, 2 stars, Sherman, and 1 stars. So imagine each one of you have people who are hitting the power of 3 bonus. So you're hitting the power of 3 bonus, and you have people underneath you that are hitting the power of 3 bonus. And a lot of those people are on the Zoom right now that are earning those bonuses. So this is something very unusual, isn't it? Yeah, it's awesome. Something that's very unusual in this industry. And it's just like Missy said, you know, that you can build the culture and you can have a lot of fun with it and have a lot of fun with the product. But what's going to be happening on the business end of things? I believe with this company and this product that many people, just by sharing it with just a few people, will be getting their product for free. They'll be receiving an income from it, from sharing it, and they'll be getting their product for free. And I believe that's going to be a lot of the glue that holds this thing together. So I don't see Missy didn't jump back in. So I want to thank everybody for jumping on. Maybe some of you that have been listening to these 1 and 2 and 3 stars share a little bit about their experience. Do you guys, any of you have any questions before we go? No?
Hey, Hernan, we have a funny story. It's Charlie.
Yeah. Hey, Charlie.
Hey, guys, this is really funny. I called Hernan just to check in. We check in with each other every few months. And, well, what are you doing, Hernan? Charlie, what are you doing? I shared Hernan about a fuel product, and I knew it would help him. He said, well, Hernan, let me tell you about what's going on with me. And when he mentioned glutathione, I went, uh-oh. And because my sister Judy and her husband had been through a terrible journey with his cancer, and they became experts in glutathione, in 10-pass ozone, and that type of thing. And so when he said it was nanotechnology, I went, single focus, I'm in, period. I've been through this with our Zango journey. We took it big. And Sherman and I have done a lot of meetings together, Hernan, and we know what to do, how to do. But what really was interesting to me was while I was enjoying the beginning of this and using the product, all of a sudden Catherine shows up, Missy shows up, Keith shows up. I went, uh-oh, I better get my ass to work. So guys, you are driving me and we're going to have a whole lot of fun.
Hey, Charlie said one thing key right there, single focus, my man.
Single focus, Keith.
That's
You're,
it.
you're on my list to call.
Single focus, proprietary, hydrostat technology. Nobody has it. So that is key. Missy made it back in. I don't see her. Where'd she go? Let's see. Where did Missy go? Missy, you in here? Nope. I think she dropped back off again. She's probably having internet troubles again.
She's up there in Michigan, way up in Michigan.
Yeah, I think they've got weather up there or something. So any other questions? Anybody want to chime in and ask anybody anything or?
I've got a quick question.
Yeah.
Sherman mentioned something about a vet. I've got a vet that's reached out to me. I haven't closed on them yet. I would like to visit with you offline maybe about who or if you could share real briefly what your vet is doing with it or if he's at it yet or what's going on with that.
Well, what he was doing with glutathione and why it resonated so strongly with him is that he's using it through a nebulizer for dogs. And it's getting rid of asthma, things like that. So I guess that's what he'll try to do with, our preparation here to use it with a nebulizer.
Okay.
I don't think he's on the call tonight, but he's extremely busy. He's got a booming practice in Northern California.
He's on the call.
Oh, he is.
Hernan, this is
Dean?
Catherine. Missy is back in.
Yeah, I seen her.
Yes.
Is Dean on the call?
Yeah, Missy popped back in.
Oh,
Missy, you want to finish up with what you were talking about?
Sorry about that. We'll see if I can hang on here. Well, yeah, I guess I do a little bit of funny with me, and the lesson in that is just remember something made me think of Jamie when I was listening to that call. And I thought, you know what? Jamie was a skincare girl. I think she might really like this product. So I literally just went in with Jamie being a skincare user, not thinking Keith was going to get all, crazy and they were going to, potentially put their other gig on the back burner or whatever's going on. I just, it was strictly, hey, Jamie might like this product. So, with everything right now, I'm really just leading with the product. And it is so cool to finally be able to do that, that we don't have to, and I've got some people too that, old networkers that are just like, kind of like I was for the last few years with their heels dug in, and don't you dare send me anything about MLM because they're just gonna, blow it off. Don't want anything to do with network marketing anymore. And I kind of prep some of those guys. I'm like, this isn't about the business, because they're going to sniff that out. You can't just, why am I going to send them some, they haven't heard from me in months, years, whatever, but,
Yeah.
and I'll tell them, there's a business attached to this, but that's not why I'm reaching out to you. I'm reaching out to you because I honestly think this is something that can improve your life. And I truly think you just need to take a serious look at it for your own physical, benefit.
Mhm.
And so that's really kind of where I'm focusing with some of those people too. And I still have a couple, old MLMers that they shut right down. And then some were gracious and were like, okay, I'll look into it. And, but we just can't prejudge anything. We've all heard that before. Don't prejudge anybody, but you just don't know. We don't know who's going to gravitate to this.
That's a lesson in what you're sharing right now, is don't
Yeah.
don't pre-qualify people. Don't assume. Just go ahead and introduce the product to people. They need it. Just know that they need this product. Yeah, that's powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Powerful
half the
stuff.
people that we're going to reach out to, we're probably never going to see them again anyways. So who are we kidding? That's what I'm trying to tell myself. It's like, half these people, who cares if they say, oh, here she is again with some other, back at it. It's like, no, I'm doing this. I'm building this with my heart. And if they can't see that and appreciate it, then I don't need them in my lives anyways. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, I know exactly what you're saying.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel you on that one. Well, thanks for jumping back on.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
And
thanks.
congratulations, everybody. This is awesome. All those that, got your 3 starting for your power of 3. That's awesome. This is going to be a great journey. Excited to be on it with you guys.
Yep. All right. Well, we've been on for an hour. So congratulations to all of you that have hit 3-star, 2-star, 1-star. Fantastic. We're on our way to crown. Woohoo! And we'll see you guys again. I want to do this on Monday, tomorrow. I want to do a testimonial Zoom just before Steve tells his Newbie Breakthrough story.
What time?
He does it at noon Pacific, Monday through Friday. So I want to jump on Zoom at 1:45 so that'd be 11:45 Pacific time. Jump on this Zoom, this same Zoom channel, and then we'll share a few testimonies with new people that you invite new people in. We'll share the testimonies and then direct them to go to newme.tv and hear Steve tell the story live on Zoom. Okay? And we'll do that every day. We'll see how that goes and see how that works for everybody. But that might be something that will be very, very effective for you to share with people. Okay?
Cool.
All right. And I'll post it up too. You guys all have a great evening. I'm
Thanks,
excited.
Arden.
I'm excited to be working with you all.
Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah.
thanks, man. Thanks for the invite.
Thanks.
See y'all
Have a
soon.
great
Thank you for your
night.
time.
Bye,
Thanks,
Karen.
Arden.
Don't be a stranger, Karen.
What happened?